What's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. It's Monday morning. I've got a protein bar that's going down the old hatch as I speak, because that's how you do it. When it's showtime, it's lights, camera, action. Even if you've got a mouthful of protein bar, get it done. Or as Matt Hetzel says, just hit post. All right, my friends, we've got an absolutely motivational, I'm already motivated. I don't even have to talk to the guy. Bartender learns this important lesson to snag his first high ticket commission. Let's hear what he learned. Josh, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How are you?
I overheard you were you were talking to Matt here before the show. I was just throwing on a shirt that I picked up off the floor. And you guys were talking about you're in Oregon. So
Yeah.
is Oregon Oregon? I don't even know how to. I skipped that class or slept through it or dropped out of it. But
Oregon.
is there tons of internet marketers there? Where are you from? Do you come from a family of internet marketers and digital entrepreneurs,
No.
or are you breaking the mold here, brother?
Definitely stepping outside the mold. My dad did carpentry, finished carpentry. So like I grew up doing construction. We did wood finishing mostly. So I definitely had experience working under, an entrepreneur. My dad never worked for, I think he only worked for like 3 typical 9-to-5s. Other than that, he was always self-employed, which is kind of where I got my itch for it. And so I've tried a bunch of different things over the years.
Yeah. Have you done home business stuff or have you done traditional business stuff?
A little of both. Like one of the things I started doing after I started affiliate marketing, just like as a little side hustle. Excuse me. I've been flipping furniture off Facebook Marketplace. Just like repainting stuff, and
yeah,
it's not super lucrative, but it's a nice little chunk of change, and I find it enjoyable to do.
Yeah, not very leveraged, right? I mean, it's essentially trading time for money. It's one of those more self-employed kind of side hustles or whatever. But I think you said something important. You get a lot of fulfillment out of that, a lot of enjoyment. And I think that's a nice balance to probably some of these other entrepreneurial things that you do or have done, which are, a little bit more of a grind at first. But the reason I'm assuming why you're doing this online stuff is so you can have a little bit more leverage, meaning that
definitely.
You don't have to make money based off the manual labor of your hands. So when did you first find Legendary, and what was your experience like going through the challenge and so forth?
I found Legendary during quarantine. It was actually it was a Daryl Gray Jr. I remember his episode on Wake Up at Legendary, and I had heard about affiliate marketing from Ty Lopez. Pretty sure back in the day I bought his course, and I gave it a try back then. Didn't really go anywhere. It was old tactics and not really well updated, and so 2020 I started seeing the challenge, and then I think I took it in 2021, I want to say. And that's kind of when I got hooked. I made my first commission only like 2 months after that. So that felt pretty good to know that like this was real, and there was definitely an opportunity to make some money.
Yeah.
And not have to do it the traditional way.
Yeah.
Slanging drinks.
Slanging drinks. We're slinging a hammer or some lumber. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the other alternative that you're familiar with, and I am as well.
Yeah.
Which is just straight manual labor. I mean, not the hospitality industry, I think is Probably the most difficult if I was to guess, just from watching people. I've never actually had a job in the hospitality industry, but being a waiter or waitress is like hardcore, man. I mean,
Oh yeah,
really hard job. And I always try to tip well because of that. But manual labor outside in the hot sun ain't far behind it. You
yeah,
know what I
definitely.
mean? Especially if
Yeah,
you live in
definitely.
Florida like I do.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, this is a lot more leveraged and can be a lot more exciting and even fulfilling. I think that once you get past that initial couple of weeks or months, and I don't want to minimize anybody's journey here, but of the overwhelming frustration of getting started, probably a couple of mistakes of where you chased a shiny object or a shiny mentor down a Facebook Messenger rabbit hole and ended up in the sewer somewhere. And then you climbed your way back out. And, I mean, that's what
yeah,
everybody's first couple of weeks or months look like. Okay. And,
yeah,
and then you start to actually get your footing and you realize, wait, I need to like stay focused here. I need to stay focused on the right people, the right information, the right environment, and then if you make it back from that kind of first that first big shiny object distraction, or whether it's life or something on the internet, and you get back settled into this business model and start creating content and getting feedback, then you get into some of the fulfillment. But it can be
yeah.
a grind at first. How did you get through the early stages, or what were kind of some of the hurdles that you had to overcome in the very beginning? That obviously making some money at the beginning helped. It always
Yeah.
does. But what were some of those hurdles, just so people who are new here can relate to some of your challenges, if you will?
Well, if I could go back and do it again, one thing that I would have told past me is there's also such thing as shiny object syndrome with strategy. I was trying so many different strategies because, like, you know, I'd go 3 or 4 days without making the commission. I'm like, okay, this isn't working anymore, and I'd like try to jump onto the next thing,
Mm,
and in reality, sticking with the what I'd already been doing was probably the better move. And
mm,
then I ended up taking like 5 months off because we were in the middle of a difficult move. Couldn't find a house, so we were in a motel room. And so I didn't want to film content inside of the motel room because I just didn't think it gave me a good look. Which in reality, it might have even given me a better point to market from. It's like, look, I'm
mm.
still making money while I'm in this crappy little like hole in the wall hotel room.
Totally.
But
Isn't that funny how we underestimate the power of like just our situation, or how we could turn it into a cool angle or story? Like, just I want everybody to know, and I'm so glad that you said that every single situation, every room you're in, every current situation that you're going through, your hair and your look. I mean, I pull up on live every day with a shirt that's so wrinkled I look like I crawled out of a cardboard box. But I try to turn, and that's just how I am. Honestly, I really just do figure shit out a lot of times at the last minute, and what I'm going to wear is always usually the last thing that I figure out, so it always gets the least amount of time. And so
right,
I just try to turn it into something that's more funny or whatever, because I'm not going to change it. Sort of like whatever your
right,
situation is at home. Well, I did try to change it when I first got started. I tried to,
yeah,
whatever. I'd iron a shirt, for God's sakes. I mean, who does? I You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
here I am. I've never ironed a shirt since I was, did 6 months in jail back when I was 19, and to get ready for my court date. I mean, that's the only time I've ever ironed a shirt, for God's sakes. And here I am ironing a shirt to go on camera. It's like, come on, Dave, get real,
yeah,
So I had to turn this who I am into, make light of it, make fun of it, or turn even what I drive, where I live. We're always so ashamed of those things. We think that they're making us look bad, but the truth of the matter is that your mind is making you look bad.
right,
That's all that's making you look bad. You don't look bad, and you can turn any situation into an angle or a story or just something that's relatable. But why do we, it's so powerful. At least you saw that hindsight 2020, right?
Yeah, and, like, the biggest part about it is, like, it is relatable, you know, like, I think a lot of people when they start out, they don't wanna give this impression of being like a newbie, but I think that's kind of the point. If you're having success as a newbie, why wouldn't you have success 3, 4, 5 years down the line? If a brand new, fresh out of the challenge beginner can go and make a commission, that seems more relatable to, to somebody who's, like, on the fence about, like, "Well, maybe this won't even work for me."
Yeah.
And, like, I always tell people on my, TikTok, which, we'll get into why I'm not on TikTok anymore, but, um, I always tell people on my TikTok, like, "I'm a bartender, man. I'm still working as a bartender. I work as a bar manager right now. If I can build out cocktails, I can build out a sales funnel, you know? It's just a recipe at the end of the day. Like, you can apply your
Right.
day-to-day life knowledge to whatever that you're trying to build out."
Yeah, my son is in Montessori school. Both my young kids are. We decided to go that route. We like it. It fits their personality because it lets them kind of move around in the classroom, work on their work down on the ground, move forward if they're ready to move forward, and and uh, um, sorry, just had a brain fart here.
No worries.
What were you just talking about with that may have spurred that thought in me?
Just that your background is easily applicable to, your
Yeah.
marketing.
So they do something in Montessori school called practical skills or practical
Mhm.
life skills. And it's such a simple thing, but it's just washing dishes, sweeping the floor, practical life skills, just
Yeah.
things that, right? I don't remember learn that's one of the things I like about that style of school. And what you're saying is adult practical life skills. It's like the practical life skills that you've learned or used to survive or thrive in your job or your personal life. You can apply them here. Why
Mhm.
do we overlook that so much and come into then this business or start a new business and feel like we're just complete fish out of water?
I don't think most adults are comfortable with being a beginner again. You know, you get to a point in your life where, like, especially around your mid to late 20s, where you're like, you think you have life figured out, and then you go and start something new like this, and every turn you're on Google going, how do I make this work, and how do I make that work, and how do I do this, and then it gets really easy to get distracted by, like, shiny object syndrome that way.
Yeah.
Like, YouTube has been very, very helpful for me, but also distracting in, like, my digital marketing career because, like, there's so
Okay.
many different routes to go. Um, that being said, I'm actually switching a lot of my content to YouTube and Facebook, um, because of the search engine optimization on YouTube. You
Yeah.
know, you rank a video, and now whoever looks up, that particular software, they're going to see your face for years to come.
Yep. Very, very true. And it's a I would say that if we were to view social media platforms like stocks, right? If we were to view them like stocks, well, TikTok would be the real volatile one that maybe you could get some
Hmm.
high growth from, right? But you could also lose your ass.
Yeah.
And YouTube is more of the kind of, blue chip,
Hmm.
and it's ironic that Google owns YouTube because both Google, the search engine aspect of like articles, written content, and then the video aspect of video content, they're both similar, and Google owns both of those companies.
Yeah.
So it's just that's not really a point that's important. It's just an ironic point because those are the two kind of blue chip strategies that aren't going to be shiny and hot and fast. But
Right.
as you just said, that content is going to be more evergreen. It's going to
Hmm.
be people are going to. I mean, if you think people buy off of TikTok, those of you who have had some sales and had some success from TikTok, people really buy off of YouTube. I mean, because
Yeah.
they'll sit there and they'll watch your entire video and they will buy and then they'll buy more and they'll form a relationship with you because it's longer form content and people
Right.
come to the platform prepared to watch a longer video. So if you can create something that's edutainment, that's educational and entertaining, that's good, solid, quality education-based marketing, um, as you say, at the end of every, it's hard to learn something in full on TikTok though, because at
Right.
the end of every video, somebody has the call to action. If you want more, if the same thing that we teach you, these are
Right.
good marketers who are on here doing these strategies. But if you want to learn the full strategy, or if I have a course here that you can enroll to, and a lot of them are using the business model that we're teaching and doing here at Legendary. So that's good news.
Yeah.
If you want to do that strategy, it's definitely, as you say, a more kind of long-term, safer, and it's you can be assured that it's going to generate good quality customers if you're
Yeah,
putting
definitely.
if you're putting good solid quality content out there.
Yeah, because
So
people come to YouTube with their wallets in their hands looking to solve a problem, and
they
that's,
really do, or learn something, right? I mean,
yeah.
YouTube is now being used to, how do I put together this desk, or how do I learn to use this tool, or how do I learn the stock market? How do I learn fishing, boating? I mean, how do I learn sailing? There's a lot of there's a lot of here's the also difference between how YouTube is used from niche to niche is in our niche, YouTube is not used as a place where you can learn everything in full because
Right.
marketers are using it they're using it the same exact way that we teach. Whereas you can learn a lot of other things in full, like sailing or boating. There's been a lot of investing. There's a lot of content that you can go to YouTube and learn things from start to finish. But you just
Mhm.
have to understand in the make money online or in a niche that a lot of people are selling courses, coaching, and events, they're
Mm.
going to give out an appetizer on YouTube and they are then going to have a call to action. So you have to understand that both as a creator and as a consumer, it's a great place to create and give calls to action to go and buy a course that you recommend or a course that you're selling. But it's not a great place to go and think that you're going to learn all of internet marketing because in this
Yeah.
particular niche, that's how YouTube works. Does that make sense, Joshua?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's how I use it. I have, a video up right now, affiliate marketing with no website, and it gatekeeps all the important information about, like, where if you wanted to do it the right way with like a sales funnel and a email follow-up, um,
Yep.
I send them straight down to the link in the description,
Yep.
which, like, if you want to do it the cheesy way and just throw a link tree on your TikTok and review this cup, you can do that, but it's only going to get you so far. Amazon
So
products and a
you had
link
a
tree.
little you had a so you're projecting your experience about
I
TikTok.
guess
You had
that's
a
true.
shitty
Yeah.
experience. You had a shitty experience with TikTok. So we want to remember we want to remember that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here said he wants to warn everybody, don't fall for this crap. It's a pyramid scheme. Thanks for stopping by, said. Take care, brother. I just wanted to I just before we escort you off the premises, you're getting escorted off the premises by like security in an embarrassing way right now, just so you know. We just wanted to lift you up and give you a little platform before we gave you the boo. But anyways,
The
so
pyramid scheme comment, you get so much, and
wow.
I'm like, I've
Yeah.
I've done so many videos breaking down the difference because trust me, I've I've done that was my first attempt at marketing, was a pyramid scheme, and I was like, they don't teach you how to sell this stuff. It's
Yeah. Well,
pretty
we
bad.
in America, we've been MLM'd to death.
Yeah.
Back from the 60s and 70s, the Amways of the world, everybody has been prospected in America basically about
Mhm.
3 to 5 times. They've been prospected for with lotions, potions, and pills, sex toys, fat wraps, everything in between, numismatic coins. I'm telling you, there's an MLM for everything. And
Yeah.
the predominant business activity in MLM is to recruit more distributors. Nobody's
Right.
selling the products. Nobody's selling a lotion, potion, or pill that you can go to Walmart and buy for 80% less. So the main business model is to go out and recruit more people. Well, when people who have done that and failed, and by the way, I did that and tried, by the way. See, there's a difference. I didn't
Oh,
fail.
I
I
did too.
tried and I had a little bit of success. For those of you who think that I'm just an MLM basher, I'm not. MLM was all this young high school dropout. I had all kinds of issues by the time I got clean or was trying to get clean in my early 20s. I was in drug treatment working in a telemarketing place and got prospected by a lady named Katrina. And I was good at this. We were doing credit consolidation. I was getting my life back together, and I was 22-ish, and that was my very first business opportunity. Now, as I grew older, I realized, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. This is cool. This got me off the ground, and this is cool for some people, but there's so many other businesses that I could do, especially with the internet. The biggest thing is I didn't want to chase friends and family. I didn't want to do everything
Right.
offline, chasing friends and family, doing home and hotel meetings. So anyways, that's where this whole selling information and monetizing what I know or others know through courses, coaching events, and doing affiliate marketing. And ironically, when I first came online, I found a company that sold training to MLMers
Oh, that's funny.
and taught them how to market online instead of chasing friends and family. That company is still around. It's called MLSP, and I'll always shout it out and give it appropriate credit, because that is the first place, that the first information or knowledge-based kind of company that I was involved with. And from that point forward, I've never done MLM again. So there's an intelligent, I guess, at least my perspective of, the when people come on, they've been somebody like said, who we saw here or whatever. Here's a gentleman who's projecting his negative experience of an MLM that he probably failed at. That's okay.
Mhm.
Onto this or onto anything that looks similar. Like, oh, is this? See, sometimes we project our trauma onto situations that we think are the same, but they're not. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
we project
Yeah.
our shame or whatever onto situations. And so, you know, obviously that's a long-winded explanation of what we encounter every day with these people who are making comments about pyramid schemes and this and that. But the truth is that everybody all day long is projecting their negative or their failures onto us, and you have to know thyself and know
Right.
what you're doing, know what business you're in, and block and tackle and move forward. And that's the bottom line. And have a little fun with these haters out here. Have a little fun with them. They are only giving fuel for your fire. I mean, if you
Right.
really want, I mean, get fired up sometimes, or just block and tackle and ignore. I mean, obviously, the majority of the comments that are made out there on the internet, I ignore. But if I'm feeling spunky, you know what I mean, I might
Yeah.
take part. But you're a smart guy. How have you navigated, the various opinions and criticisms that we get, because all of us get them from oftentimes friends and family. That's what I mean by the internal ones. And then, of course, the external pressures, opinions, and criticisms. How do you navigate all that?
Well, friends and family have actually been pretty supportive. Getting, especially once they saw like commissions, and my partner was very supportive the whole way. She's been great. She actually helped me buy my laptop because I didn't have one when I started. But the
Neither
haters on
did
the
I,
internet,
brother. Neither did I. My
yeah,
wife helped me buy mine. Did you know that was part of my story?
I did, yeah.
There you
I
go, man.
did, but and this thing's been great. I mean, I also one of the business ventures I've been on since I started um, the affiliate marketing is I also started a podcast with a friend of mine. So like all of these things have developed, and now I've got this decent camera and a good microphone. We do YouTube videos, and then we do our podcast once a week. And with the haters on the internet, to be completely honest with you, I mean, for a little while, I was getting stuff like, why aren't you giving, any information away for free? So I was like, all right, bet. I turned around, made a
You
video,
took
put it
that
behind a
feedback.
sales funnel, and
Mm,
and it was a free, like I think it was a 35-minute training, and it taught like 90% of it, and then the last 10% you had to get by clicking the link. And I was like, there you go, there's your free training. And the dude never touched it. And I was like, and I kind of clowned on him for a little bit. I was like, you wanted something for free. I gave it to you and you never even touched it. I
yeah,
built out a free course that was like just a long form funnel designed to direct them to one of the softwares I was promoting and the 15-day challenge. I think I was promoting on the back end there too. And I noticed that like you the way that I've personally had the most success marketing is you bait the hook and then don't put too much bait on the hook, because with the course it was like 5 modules and it was good information. Again, not all of the information, because like you want them to buy something, but it
yeah,
was enough information that I felt like it was a good piece of training, and nobody finished it because it was free. They're like the value in their head disappeared at free. So like I've actually
yeah,
switched over to an ebook, because like
yeah.
that way it can keep it short and sweet. The perceived value is what it is, and at the end of the day, it's just to try to get traffic to my affiliate links. But
Man, that's a really cool observation, brother.
yeah, I mean the course was like I was bummed. I had like 300 people initially sign up. I told my whole list
Right,
about it.
right.
Um, I had a I had
You
people
did too much,
messaging me,
though.
and
You did too
yeah,
much. That's all that
yeah,
is. It's just
oh yeah,
when we do, and don't we do that in other areas of life too? It's like
oh yeah,
we try to do more than what needs to be done, and it's
yeah.
like that's a really cool lesson, because there's a couple of things like what my takeaways would be maybe different from your takeaways. So I don't want to share those. What if you were to kind of bullet point your takeaways to that specific experience? What how would you say them?
People value things that they pay for.
Okay. Yeah.
People inherently will decide that free equals worthless.
Mhm.
Um, uh,
Yeah.
people also like they want the free, like the lead magnet. That's a great thing to have. It's not a bad thing. But when you build the lead magnet too long, they spend too long in the lead magnet, and the initial interest will disappear.
And that's one of the reasons why, if you're going to deliver a lead magnet, you should have a little note at the top that really says, this will be delivered to your inbox in 15 to 30 minutes. While
Mhm.
you wait, watch the video below.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're going to deliver a lead magnet, that's kind of what you need to do, because the lead magnet is only there to get the opt in.
Right.
You really don't want them to go check their email, because now they've left the funnel.
Right.
You want them to watch your, and it's one of the reasons why in all, like, I know people love lead magnets, and people
Mhm.
come to Legendary and there's like, where's the lead magnets? And it's like, okay, here's a lead magnet. But like, I'm not saying magnets are bad, but I've never used them, dude. In 10,
Okay.
11, 12. I mean, Ryan Dice and they popularized it, the lead magnet, back when digital marketer was really popular. And Russell Brunson talks about it a lot, and that's fine.
Mhm.
I mean, but the truth of the matter is, man, is that with cold traffic, like coming off of like TikTok or coming off of YouTube, like just cold traffic that's just looking for, if you're really doesn't matter what niche you are, if you can position your video as powerfully as you could position, or what's in the video.
Mhm.
23-minute video, it reveals what does it reveal? Or you can write copy that's just as powerful as as you can describe value in an ebook.
Right.
It's about the copy. It's about the promise of the copy, not the physical thing. And that's what I think we have a hard time with as marketers and humans, is that we, even when we say I'm an information marketer, it's still hard for us to not try to overcompensate by giving away too much shit. And whether that
Right.
be like a course like you're talking about, I think, or whether that be like an ebook, we think that we overcompensate in so many ways in this business and in our business that we really overcomplicate the shit out of everything, and we make everything more difficult, heavy, sloggy. It gets too slow to be able to take it to market. You need to be able to, if you have an idea and you want to test a different angle, you should be able to throw up a landing page. That's why I have to bite my tongue, because I understand everybody has their own process and their own kind of timing. But for those of you who are taking 2 months to set up your funnels, these
Mhm.
long extended times to get up these pages, that I can go inside of ClickFunnels and make a landing page and a bridge page in 30 minutes. I mean, we did it, build a business in 30 minutes. We did it right there in the challenge. And so this is not saying that there's anything wrong, because it's good to rotate out offers on your
Mhm.
landing page. It keeps your landing page fresh. That's the front door of your business. So it's
Right.
not a bad thing to rotate looks. But my point is, you can get just as good of conversions without a physical or kind of tangible looking gift that you're giving away, by
Mhm.
just using more curiosity and results-based copy in the headline. And
Yeah.
then no other copy on the page, because that drives somebody crazy. That's why landing pages and squeeze pages work so well, is because they just can't, human beings cannot keep their hand out of the cookie jar. So when they
Yeah.
come to a page that makes a promise that on the other side of the page there's exactly what they want, then your landing page is your bridge page funnel. It's the first page of your bridge page funnel, is your landing page, for those of you who
Right.
are asking. And that's your landing page. It's called a squeeze page, opt-in page. That's the page that gets you ask for the email. And then the bridge page is the page that they land on, that you tell them something briefly. But most importantly, the bridge page has a huge button right there that has your affiliate link to
Mhm.
whatever product you're promoting. And I'm just explaining this for people who don't. I want to make
Yeah,
sure
no
everybody's
worries.
tracking that big, huge button. You want to make that, when they click it, that's your affiliate link. So you actually get credited for the sale of whatever you're promoting. But back to your point, or our conversation about the landing page and so forth. What's coming up for you right now, brother?
Um, well, kind of a add-on to your point is my most successful sales funnel that I've run in the last year was one sentence, a button, you put in your email and name, and
Yeah.
then the next page was one sentence and a button, and it converted so much better because like it just built this curiosity that you're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is,
Yeah.
excuse my language, but just like what's on the other side.
No excuse for it. It's just the
Yeah.
real raw truth. You can't even
Yeah.
make an excuse. I couldn't excuse it if I wanted to. I couldn't come up with an excuse. You're just a real raw badass man. No excuse for you. So yeah, you're right, dude. That curiosity, man,
Yeah.
is the real, like, if I was to pick the most powerful emotions that should be present, like in your copy or in your offers or your promises, like, it's curiosity, man, or in your content. Like in the front of the funnel, it's all about curiosity, man. Like in the back of the funnel, it's not about curiosity. It's about clarity. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like when you're making somebody an offer for a couple of $1,000s, you better make sure they're crystal clear.
Right.
Okay. But if you're offering somebody something off of TikTok, um, and you want them to go and check out your landing page. You want them to go to your bio, and you want them to, they don't know you from Adam. You
Right.
don't have time to get clear about, you look like you're over explaining things when you try to get clear, and you take too much time to explain things. You got to move. But when you're offering something, then it's all about clarity. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Um, and that's kind of one of the things that like has been the beauty of affiliate marketing for me, especially in the early years of like, or the early year of like learning how to do this. And like, I still kind of consider myself a beginner because I took those like 5, 6 months off. So like
Hmm.
full working time, I've maybe been doing this like 6 months.
Yeah.
And I already made a few, high ticket commissions, which always feels good to be. I was at my regular job, and I pulled my phone out and I got a email stating that I made 4 figures while I was at work. And I was like, well, I've never done that anywhere else in a single sale, but like if you partner with the right affiliate program, they're going to convert your leads for you. Like that, I think that's why that particular, especially because I think that was one of my first funnels, that it was just like a sentence and a sentence, and then I left it all up to the affiliate partner on that one to like convert that lead, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to write any copy, so I didn't know what to put on
Yeah.
the page. So I was just like, click here. I think it was like something like click here to see this opportunity, and like that
Yeah.
was the whole bridge page. It was a
Yeah.
picture of like me and my dog, and then click here to see this opportunity, and it converted pretty well for what it was. And then everybody else converted on the back end, and some of them are still on my list today.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, simplifying the copy on your landing page can be a real game changer. And I've seen some comments here on the streams, about people thinking that they may have too much copy and so forth. I mean, the bottom line is that, you know, there's some testing and tracking sections, if you own the blueprints, then that you can use some of those tools and so forth that we offer inside of the blueprints in that testing and tracking section of the
Mhm.
affiliate marketing business blueprint. If you don't, then doing some basic math of running a landing page, for example, for 1 to 2 weeks, and then switching it out with something different, you know what I mean? And then testing the numbers, basically how many people landed on the page and how many people opted in. And then if 100 people landed on the page and 30 people opted in, then you have a 30% opt-in rate. And if you change
Right.
that next week and run that test for a similar amount of visits, so you want to run that test, if you ran that test for say 100 people landed on the page, or you ran it for a week, run it for a similar amount of time or a similar amount of visits, and that's how you begin the process of split testing, which can absolutely be a very complicated process. You can use software or whatever, but it can also be a manual process where you're just looking at your numbers and you're tracking them. Any page builder that you build your page in should allow you to track the visits, and it should allow you to reset the visits, and some of them will allow you to split test between one page. So it simultaneously will flip flop the page between the two designs. That's the beginning. And it doesn't need to get much more complicated than that ever in your career.
Right.
You can always, no matter what you're doing, even if you're testing a bridge page video, if you're testing a call to action at the end of your content, if you're testing an intro on your YouTube channel to your videos, no intro versus intro, what's my watch time? These various split tests are something that you should always be doing. And I'm speaking to everybody here because we all think that this business is one and done. And again, that's the difference between a job, employment, and entrepreneurship. Is that
Yeah.
absolutely when you go to a job, you don't change what you do until the boss or the company says. You don't make changes. in your own business, if you don't make changes, it will die. It's kind of like if you don't feed it, like if you have a child, if you don't feed it, it will die.
Yeah.
And give it water. The same thing is with your business and the various parts of your business, such as your intro, your outro, various. Let me do a week, and it doesn't have to be a million split test. Each week, if you try something differently than you did the previous week and you test against that, you're going to learn so much. And eventually, you're going to find what works. And there's no guru, no course. Dave Sharpe or God himself cannot come down and do that for you. Your free will, I'll put it in both practical and spiritual terms for everybody. If you don't do it, nobody's coming to save you. And your free will was something that was given to you. And that the success that you want is not going to come without that trial and error, and you'll learn so much. I think doing split test and things of that nature, and we can even do them on conversations. Life is a game, folks. And when you really become a marketer and it gets into your DNA, an entrepreneur, but most specifically a marketer, is everything's a split test. I mean, you start to approach your children differently. Let me try this. Because you're always trying to convert. I need to try to convert this little shit to go to bed or whatever. I'm trying to get him to eat. My wife and I started doing something instead of yelling or even saying when we're trying to talk directly to our 20-month-old son and get him to do something. We just now come up and we just whisper directly in his ear, like that. Not yell, "Hey, Sam, come over. Come on, Sam." We just get our asses up and go and talk right directly to him, just like this, so he can make sure he doesn't feel yelled at. It's a split test, and it's working unbelievably well. What's coming up for you as I'm talking about this in more of a sense than just marketing?
Well, it's pretty much just marketing that I'm thinking of. Is
Sure. That's cool.
When I first started with the Facebook Reels, which is where I'm having most of my success right now, which is partly due to the fact that I lost my TikTok account that had like 32K on it. Ever since I've started my new TikTok account, I can't get them to show my videos to anybody.
You're canceled.
Seriously, I have one really good example on Facebook Reels. The same video, I shot it on my phone. I shot it on TikTok and then pulled it without the watermark. And so that video on TikTok got 150 views. On Facebook Reels, it got 300,000.
Unbelievable.
Just like so different. And the hook is the same.
What's very interesting about entrepreneurship and digital marketing? It's not like marriage.
What's that?
If you don't get what you want, you just go somewhere else, man. You just go instantly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I mean, for all of you guys who are sitting around going, I want more of what I want. Well, you can take your ass and your message and your content anywhere you want if you ain't getting what you want in your business. I'm telling you, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. And then there was a period of time when I first started with Facebook Reels where I posted the same video for 4 days straight. The only thing that I changed was I was silent on the front of the video, and then I would just point at the headline, right? And so like silence, music's playing because it's, short form content. Yeah. And then I would point at the title of the video. For 4 days, all I did was change the title. I love it. One of them would get 10 views, and then one would get 1,000 views, and then one would get 500 views. And it was all based off the one change. The video content was exactly the same because I realized that the people that were following me on my main account on TikTok, I would have like 5, 6, maybe 10 people that would regularly like my content. So they were watching it every day. But for the majority of the people on there, they were new likes, new followers. So I was like, the people seeing this are all new to me.
Yeah.
So I can post the same video 4 days in a row.
Mhm.
And every single time, it's all going to be different people seeing it.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
decided to play with that. And so I split test the same video 4 different ways. And it's sitting on Facebook right now with almost 100,000 views. And so I got to play with that. That was fun.
Yeah, man.
But
You
yeah,
know,
I'm in
it's like,
TikTok jail with my current account. I'd like to get
yeah,
out because I was doing the lives. The lives were really fun. You get a lot more repeat watchers, and it's nice to be able to like actually interact with your audience and answer
yeah,
questions right there. But I lost that ability, so I just changed it up. Sending
you
people
got
to
to, man.
YouTube if you want to see me
I
long
think,
form.
I think like we're gonna be talking about this a lot more, and I've got some changes that we're making here at Legendary to make sure that all new clients coming through, as well as existing clients, can learn some of these lessons that we are really crystal clear are kind of common issues. Like, hey, man, your social media is different. Don't get too attached to your accounts anymore because
Hmm.
they're out. There's so many reasons why everybody is being as hardcore as they are right now, but one of the biggest reasons why social media is as cutthroat as it is coming from the companies themselves, like why they're banning, and is because look at the amount of scammers out on the internet right now, dude. The how many people do you have? Just go to any person who's got significant views on their YouTube channels or content, and you will just see, and maybe even some of you are getting them, the comments,
Oh
the
yeah, definitely.
scam comments that are the robots, the people are. I mean, dude, people are getting messaged and they're legitimately thinking it's celebrities that are reaching out to them. People are coming in our Facebook group and they're trying to pose as coaches and all this stuff. People are sending people money and then they block them, they disappear. I mean, it is dog eat dog out here, people. And
Hmm.
I think what a lot of us who are just trying to run a legitimate business and figure out kind of how to do things right, we're getting consequences from a lot of the really bad apples out there. So you also have to take that into consideration, that these platforms right now are trying to figure out how to deal with legitimate both security threats, bots, scammers. One of the reasons why Elon, at least this is why he said he bluffed on the buying the Twitter, was because he said there was so many bots. They were over reporting active users. That
Hmm.
was his whole reason why he said, okay, I don't want to buy Twitter anymore. So take the fact that if you get a TikTok account banned or shadow banned or this or that, take into account that you're getting punished for the behavior of for everyone's bad behavior right now on the internet. For the fact that the world just went through 2 years of Armageddon damn near, and people had to figure out how to make money from home. People
Yeah.
had to. This is where a lot of this shit is coming from. This is why a lot of our problems are not. They're not politically based. They're financially based. We have
Yeah.
a wealth gap in this world that causes the majority of our problems. The majority of our problems come from poverty, not from
Hmm.
people being bad or people's beliefs being wrong. We
Right.
we can coexist in a world where everybody has their own belief, everybody has their own god. We could coexist in that world, but the poverty, the wealth gap is what
Hmm.
creates the crime. And so everybody has to remember what's happened over the past couple of years has sent billions of people onto the internet, and these companies have been flooded with everybody who's in total survival mode, including you, if you're honest, probably. We got
Yeah.
to be real honest. If you want to be marketers, you have to understand the psychology of humans and human race. And what's happening right now is that, It's a shit show. It's the wild, wild west out on the internet. I mean, Facebook, they're going to launch the metaverse in the future, and
Yeah.
they just launched their goggles, which you got to put on a pair of goggles to go to the metaverse. They're $400. People are unsure if Facebook's even going to
Survive.
deliver, is even going to
Yeah.
survive. So, man, we are in an odd place right now, people, to where we have to just block, tackle, pivot, and just go with the flow. And that whole rant was started because you said, hey, TikTok channel got banned and I had to adjust. I had to go with the flow.
Yeah.
And that is the mentality that really, I would say, if there's like one or two things that you need to have or understand to succeed in this landscape, it's not taking things personal and it's not tiptoeing around these platforms, because they don't give a shit about you. They're not
Mm-mm.
tiptoeing around you. They will block your ass faster than you can say blocked. My ass got blocked.
Yeah.
And but it's also about understanding that they're trigger happy, and understanding that people are trigger happy with canceling people, and that going out and just, acting like what you're doing or saying is the best thing and putting other people down is probably not a long-term strategy, because
No.
it is going to piss people off. They are going to report your profile. It is going to cause a bunch of horse manure that you don't need. And so the question is, how do you fly under the radar, is really my question over the past couple of years, is how do we
Yeah.
fly? How do we get everything we want, but sort of fly under the radar, not pissing people off, not making too many people jealous, but delivering a shitload of value? And I think that Legendary has found that happy medium here with
For
our
sure.
show and what we do with our content. And I think some of our affiliates who represent us out in the marketplace haven't yet found that balance. People still market us like we're a business opportunity or an MLM, or like what we're doing is better than something else. And it doesn't need to be positioned. That's why a lot of people are getting their accounts banned, is because they're
Hmm.
just approaching things wrong. How 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 can what tips can you give to help people to approach this from more of a less of a business opportunity, kind of coming off like maybe a little sleazy or a little like used car salesman? No offense to any used car salesman. I love you all. It's just, you'll understand. It's just a thing we all understand, right? But
Yeah.
how do we really actually elevate who we are and what we deliver and what we say and what we do out at our marketing, so we don't get put in that box of coming across as sleazy or scammy or salesy and slimy? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. The way I've always gone about it is just like I'm giving you a piece of education. It's free. You can watch it right here on TikTok. You can watch it on Facebook Reels. It's a piece of education. Um, I did a video on YouTube that was free, that was teaching people how to just take Linktree. You don't have to build a sales funnel, and you can promote Amazon products. And then I showed examples of people who I know one account, they started in their house. They didn't buy anything off of Amazon. They walked around their house and collected all the items that they know for sure they bought off Amazon. And they just did video reviews in both short form and long form
Wow,
content.
interesting.
And
Just of
it's
all
just
the
value.
products that
Like,
they just the pro yeah, so
yeah,
the
just the
short
products in their
answer
own
is that
house.
the short answer is that your short answer is that the way that you, because we can't my point is, we can't control the platforms. We
Hmm.
can't control if they're trigger happy and one day they just, some algorithm or robot boots or blocks us, deactivates our account, whatever. But what we can control is how we deliver,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like what content we put out there onto the specific platform. And
Hmm.
so, there's a lot of things that people, and even if you read the terms and conditions, you can see that there are certain things that will get you kicked off the platform. There are certain things that you might say, or certain things that might be that even some platforms have terms and conditions against affiliate marketing. So if you go on and you say affiliate marketing, affiliate marketing, affiliate marketing, affiliate marketing, then there's a good chance that your account might get deactivated if it's
Yeah.
in their terms and conditions that they don't want you doing affiliate marketing on their platform. Now, uh, does that mean that affiliate marketing doesn't get done on their platform? No. I mean, they're trying to quit the oversaturation of everybody promoting the same product and the
Mhm.
platform losing value. That's what they're trying to get. They're
Yeah.
taking a page out of Google's playbook from 2010 when Google wiped 90% of the marketers off of their ad platform. This is all just history repeating itself because affiliate marketers were, many of them were promoting the same product. So it
Mm.
downgraded the user experience when somebody would type in something into the search engine and 4 of the same product would come up, even
Right.
though the link description was different. So Google wiped off. That was back in about 2009, 10. So Facebook and TikTok have all learned from these things in the past, and they're not big on MLM being on their platform, for example. Anything that
Mhm.
can create or make it look like a bunch of people are selling the same thing. So that's why it's important that you differentiate yourself. I've said this 1,000 times on this show, and I've said it in the blueprints. Don't go out there, whatever product you're promoting, and say, you know, like for example, if you're an affiliate of Legendary, the last thing that would be smart for anybody to do would be to go out there and go, you should join or buy Legendary Marketer. Legendary Marketer is the best thing. The 15-day challenge, 15-day challenge, because number one, not only are people just going to go Google that themselves and buy through somebody else's affiliate link, and you're not going to
Mhm.
get the opt-in, you're not going to get them clicking on your link. But the second thing is there's no individualism in that. There's no individuality in that message.
Yeah.
You sound just like a commission-based salesperson who's just running trying to make a sale. That's why we even call it on our sales page freelance digital marketing, because
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's a term that's more ambiguous. It
Right.
allows people to keep their mind open to hear the message before they just say, "Oh, affiliate market." I've heard that before. I don't want, people prejudge things all the time when they don't
Yeah.
really know about them, right? And so again, back to that curiosity, back to that not giving everything, including the name of the product. Somebody should never hear the name of your product, like the
Yeah.
specific name of the product that you're promoting, until not only have they opted into your opt-in page, but you've also got them to click on the link, meaning that
Right.
even on your bridge page, you shouldn't say the specific name of the
Mhm.
product, because they still could go and Google that. You want to get them to click the link using ambiguous, talking about the results that you've gotten or that somebody
Mhm.
could get by checking out the information on the next page. That's it. Why? Because every time that you give somebody something, they will prejudge it or go do the research on their own. The lighting's still fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, the light
So
went out.
it's fine. And so again, there's things that I say over and over on this wake up show every morning, and there's things that are inside of our training. But it's okay if you miss that,
Mhm.
because so many of us are in such a rush to just get going and get some money flowing, and that's good. Ignorance
Mhm.
on fire is a wonderful strategy. And it's okay to come back. It's okay to come back and re-listen and relearn some shit. Maybe you might hear it differently, and it'll stick, or these wake up legendary shows can condense it. But again, there's my point was there's things that we can do also as content creators and marketers to build more. It's called goodwill,
Yeah.
building goodwill in the marketplace. And that's what I think I've done in my career is I've built goodwill. And the only reason why people would flag or say any negative things about me is how other people represent me. I think if they came and listened here, they might disagree with the language that I use or something, but for the most part, it'd be hard to argue with the value that's being delivered here every
Right.
morning for free and so forth.
Yeah.
And so that builds a lot of goodwill in the marketplace. So people aren't like trying to report us and flag our profiles and all this shit, because even our competitors can come and listen these lives and get a lot of value from them. And
Right.
so the idea of building goodwill in the marketplace is sort of what I'm alluding to. And I think you're, from what I hear from your story, you're moving in that direction.
Yeah, I've if I could give any advice to brand newbies is you're not marketing the product, you're marketing yourself. You need to be viewed as somebody trustworthy, reliable. You're trying to build a relationship, or you know, granted it's over the internet, but you want your name associated with trustworthy, right? Know, like, and trust, right? So the more people trust you, the more they're likely to open your emails, watch your YouTube videos, watch your short form content. And if you recommend a product and in your head in their head you're associated with trustworthy, then that's going to convert your leads. That's going to
Yeah.
make people want to buy the things that you suggest. But if you spend all your time talking about the product, then you're going to feel like a used car salesman. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you're pitching, you're not in sales, you're in marketing. Like your goal is to associate, like if you're promoting a brand on social media that's a candle brand, you're never going to see them talking about the smell of the candle. They're going to be marketing the things that are associated with candles. One of the
Yeah.
best videos I saw of a small candle company on TikTok was, this was the whole video. They lit the candle, they picked up a book off the coffee table, they put their feet up by the candle and opened the book. End of video.
Hmm.
That video sold so many candles, like so because
Yeah.
you're not marketing that product, you're marketing what that product will make you feel.
Yeah.
That piece in that moment of like lighting a candle and reading a book.
Yeah.
Um, and I think in a similar way, like marketing yourself to be someone that is trustworthy, and you're not shifting through and like ragging on other people's products. I did see, like, early days there was that between certain marketers, there was that beef between Legendary and Brambilla.
There was no
Just
beef.
like,
There was no
no,
beef.
I know, but there it seemed like it on TikTok, because there were
I
certain
didn't even know who
marketers
the
just
guy
like,
was. Honestly, I didn't even know who he was until
I
he
know,
started sending us
I
all this
didn't,
traffic by saying that what he was doing was gonna be the death of Legendary, and I said, "Brother, if you wanna send us that much traffic by, because I'm not gonna mention your name." I've never even said
right.
his name, not one single time, but anyways, you saw that out on TikTok.
Well,
He
and
was beefing.
I saw mostly their marketers like doing this
Oh,
slash campaign like it was like a political debate. And I was just
mm.
like, this is
He must have been
this
running for
doesn't give you any trustability. Doesn't make me want to trust
yeah,
you. It just
yeah,
makes me feel like you're a politician, which
yeah,
inherently screams untrustworthy to me
yeah.
personally.
Well, I've seen a few people who are doing it now. They're thinking that the way is the way, the light in the way is to somehow talk about the lack of support or something here in Legendary, and their angles or all
Mm,
these, oh, our BPAs, our business plan advisors who speak to each client on the phone for who spends $7. That, I think their other argument is, you buy a $7 course online, that should be a your lifetime mentor for the rest of your life. And if it's
mm,
like, guys, come on, it's like, we're running a business. This is the difference between, you know, basically, I mean, this is a good lesson in life, honestly, if you want to learn how to be successful, is take a look at what I'm doing and what we're doing in this situation, both with the guy last year who launched the course that was going to be the death of Legendary, and anybody else who's talking smack, making themselves look like an asshole out there. I mean, for me, I've been in this game for 12 years. I it's not the first. I've had a lot of chihuahuas that are nipping at my heels, and what drives them crazy is when you don't respond to them, when you never even say their name, and you just
yeah.
keep grinding and let your success be the best revenge.
Hmm.
People, they just can't stand that, and eventually they go away. They go
Yeah.
away, they stop because they realize that they have to go, they start getting exposed, or they start getting seen, or even people start saying, "Hey, I see your shtick. I see what you're up to here, and you're just a negative leech who's trying to ride somebody else's coattail in a negative way," which is so disgusting.
Yeah.
But it really, if you can just keep letting your success speak for yourself and not get, and this I think goes with family members, friends, or anybody out there, even the more successful you'll get, sometimes the voices will get louder, because if somebody can take you down,
Mhm.
that's a big accomplishment on their part, that they could get your attention or take you down. And that's why I never give anybody the pleasure of even saying their name.
Yeah.
But for those of you who are new, who are wondering, how do I navigate when people are really attacking, or when I really feel attacked? And it's always the same answer.
Yeah.
If your family or your life is in jeopardy, you fight like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But sticks and stones may break my bones, but
Yeah.
words, words, words will never hurt me. They only make me richer. Both my words and the words that you speak, either about me in a positive or negative way. And that's the beauty of marketing. That's
Yeah.
marketing. That's the difference between marketing and I think everything else in the world is that marketing is about, and that's why I say the mechanics and the dynamics are very different. The mechanics are, how do I build the page? The dynamics are the psychology of, how do I, as a person who's basically building a personal brand out on the internet, how do I actually build a personal brand business that lasts for many years to come? And the number one thing that you have to remember is that your reputation and the trust of your audience and those who are watching you is the most important thing that you have.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing that you have. And if somebody trusts you, and they could be a complete stranger, but if they trust you and you've given them a reason to trust you, and that's why I say be very careful, affiliate marketers, about the various different things that you promote early in your career,
Right.
because you may be building some trust with your audience because you're delivering steady value and you're making an offer that is a reasonable offer. It's a good, fair value offer. It's something that you believe in. And then all of a sudden you get nervous, or big opportunity comes. Somebody comes and says, "Come promote my product," or whatever. And guess what? Something goes wrong. Or the guy who you've just been promoting, now all of a sudden, okay, great, you made a couple of $100 or $1,000 promoting his product or program or whatever, but what is he doing now the next week with all those customers that you sent him? He's now going to promote whatever he wants to them, because
Right.
now you send all your customers to him or her. And and guess what? You're probably not going to make commissions from that either. That's the other problem that I have. You have to be careful about mostly who you associate yourself with, because I've seen a
Definitely.
lot of people who are brand new who get some goodwill building in the marketplace. They get some goodwill building in the marketplace. And then all of a sudden they go promote some shit cash grab, some shitty cash grab. We're wrapping up right now.
No
And they
worries.
ruin their entire business, and they ruin their entire business and their reputation. And so it's about playing the long game and figuring
Yeah.
out, how can I generate some income at the beginning? And the way that you do that is just get good at all the things that we're talking about. It's about getting good at making the fundamentals, basically, which is
Mhm.
making sure that you're not giving away all your sales and your content by promoting it out in your content, and making sure, people aren't just going and Googling it, making sure that you get the opt-ins, making sure that you're getting people to click your affiliate link. Because remember, that's how you get sales and affiliate marketing.
Mhm.
They got to have clicked your link as the last link that they clicked. And so that's the goal, is to get them to click that affiliate link, and then let the sales process of whatever affiliate program or product that you're promoting kind of take over. And that's pretty
Right.
much true in any niche, you know. And if you do that, then a lot of the other things aren't as important. You can work on those. You can improve those things. But if you're giving away all your sales in the very beginning by coming across either slimy or salesy, so people aren't engaging, or you're promoting the specific names of everything that you're promoting, and you're just pushing that traffic out to external websites, or
Yeah.
whether your landing page is you're doing too much and you're not getting opt-ins because it just needs to be simpler, clearer, faster, and more curiosity based, or whether you're getting people to opt in, but how many people are actually clicking your affiliate link. That's another. These are all basic metrics that before we get into real other complicated stuff, you just need to focus on these pieces at the beginning and doing some small split test, as we've
Yeah.
said, and be building goodwill. There's really been quite I'd say a beginner friendly and foundational kind of blueprint, if you will, that we've laid out on this call, man. It's been really, really impactful, I think. I'll give you
Right on.
the final word here. What would you leave those who, and there's a lot of people who are saying best interview I've seen, lots of value. So thanks
Oh,
for
sweet.
thanks for
Awesome.
really coming
Yeah,
in
no
and
problem.
provoking some really interesting conversation here. But how do you want to leave the conversation? What would you say to everybody who's listening about your journey, what's been possible, what you believe is possible, or anything on or around the topic? Final word to you, brother.
Focus on um, just stick to I've promoted the same 5 programs for like the last year. So my message doesn't change. I promote a few softwares. All of them are within the same niche. So obviously I do promote Legendary, but I mostly promote softwares that are going to help new affiliates because that does well for me on YouTube. Um, put content Start building content that is going to be more evergreen, because that's a nice thing. If you lose your account, you don't have to worry about it as much. So like if I lose my Facebook this time, now I've been building and driving that traffic to my YouTube channel. YouTube is still going to have some of my audience.
Yeah.
Obviously I still have my list. And mainly just stay focused. Don't take 6 months off like I did. You'll probably be a lot better off.
Facts.
And don't be scared to market your unique situation. I mean, I still work my 9 to 5, and I'm able to do this on the background. And I think that gives me a good message, because I am able to wake up in the morning. I do about an hour or two of work, whatever I have for that day, and then I go sling drinks. And I'm also starting to build a little bit with my expertise in bartending into a business opportunity. I'd like
Did you
to.
see AJ Rants, what he did? He came into
Yeah.
this community, dude. He came into this community. He started going through learning, and he was as a badass bartender also, and
Mhm.
created these drink cards.
Yeah, I saw that. That's such a good story.
And I don't know if it's a game or if they're just instructional cards on how to build drinks, but he's been on TV. He's taken this whole, so and that's what I think a lot of us have to really remember, is that oftentimes you have to give yourself a couple of weeks or months or whatever to get the rust out of the old brain, get the juices
Mhm.
flowing. More ideas will come. Part of this is just learning the mechanics and kind of the basic dynamics. And then you'd be amazed by it as your creativity gets sort of loosened up, a little WD-40 in there. The
Mhm.
ideas really come. It's really amazing what we remember that we know, or the ideas of how we could package or teach something. And again, the simplest ideas. AJ took his idea. Now, he could have done that in digital form also. You know that, right?
Mhm.
He could
Yeah,
have done this
that's
digitally.
that's the route I'm currently going, is digital.
Okay. But he created these drink cards. It's a physical game or something,
Mhm.
and man, he's gotten so much joy, made so much money.
Yeah.
His whole career has taken off of. Uh, it's just, you don't know where this can take you. Now you
Yeah.
can sit comfortably, like my boy Judd came to the mastermind last time, and he was so cool. He's just sits in his he just records videos. He's also building a YouTube channel and kind of focusing on that, and just sits in his house, hangs out with his kids all day, films YouTube videos, and is kind of building his business that way. I mean,
Yeah.
it's also a great life. So,
Yeah.
dude, thanks for coming on. Let's do a
Hey,
repeat second
definitely.
episode. Would love to keep the conversation going. And can you clarify your
Definitely.
people were saying they couldn't find you on Facebook or something? Did we have your name
Um,
right there, or your link
I
or
do have
whatever?
quite a few
He's got a lot,
few
guys.
friend requests right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
well
so
then
it's
people are
just
finding him, man. People are finding him.
So, Dave,
yeah.
just they need to just search him and then scroll down. Just scroll down the page and you'll find tons of his reels. So just search
Yeah,
Joshua
man.
Dennis, scroll down, you'll find endless
Yep.
reels.
Is all you got to do
Sweet.
is just try, baby. Try.
Hey, and if you guys want to help a boy out, it's Make Money with Joshua on TikTok. Same profile picture.
I thought you were about to give
so
out
I
like a
can get at it.
GoFundMe link or something.
No. Take me out of TikTok jail. Maybe if they see me getting some followers.
No, what do you need? You want people to go to your TikTok?
Yeah, so I can go back to doing live trainings. Those were a lot of
What's
fun.
your TikTok?
Make Money with Joshua.
Money with Joshua. And what do they do when they go to your TikTok? Do they like send a letter to the TikTok CEO or something and be like, "Come on, this guy's a good guy, man. Let him out."
Just drop a follow, man. For some reason, once you get past
Okay,
500 followers,
follow.
they stop blocking your content.
They're like, "Hey, this guy." Yeah, right. They're like,
Yeah.
That is so messed up. They're like pushing down and canceling the little guys until you got enough followers, and they're like, "Okay, this guy's important enough. Let's not cancel."
Yeah. What 1,000 to 32,000 took me a month and a half. 0 to 1,000 took me 3 months.
Wow. Yeah. It's interesting. Everybody's journey's different, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's journey's different. This thing, there's a lot of predictability here. There's a lot of there's a lot of preparation and planning and doing things, and then things become a snowball. But what I like about Warren Buffett is that he's honest in the fact that a lot of his success also came from luck of whether it be and he's really honest, man. Like he's a good person for society, like to listen to, because he talks about his own privilege just in different ways, but not as a big deal. He doesn't get all politically charged about it. He's just like matter of fact about it. And he says that just some businesses have just been a little bit of luck. You know what I mean? So you know how you don't ever get any luck though? By not being in the game. That's the problem. You can't that's what's the shitty part about luck is everybody has to have a little bit of luck, or whatever you want to call it. Is it odd? Is it God? I mean, you could call it odd, luck, whatever you want, or you could call it everything's divine and everything. But the bottom line is, if your ass is on the couch and not doing shit, you ain't gonna get none of it. Whether it's divine intervention, luck, whatever, you're not going to get any of it. You have to be in the game doing something, and then something will happen that is in your favor, and you'd be like, oh, there's that luck shit Dave was talking about. You know what I mean? It's just like, damn.
Definitely.
It's like getting a break, catching a break. Nobody caught a break from doing nothing. You're out working your ass off or working towards your goal. You catch a break. Somebody's like, yo, guy's working his ass off. Or the person who's looking at your TikTok, and maybe there is somebody sitting in the cubicle somewhere, and they go, you know what, this guy is a pretty decent guy. I think I'm going to let him slide today. That's called luck,
Definitely.
Anyway. All right, man. Well, hey, have a great one, dude.
When you catch that piece of luck, just double down on it. It's when you catch that piece of luck,
until the
double
wheels
down
fall off.
Yeah.
Right?
Until the wheels fall off, literally.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, you're welcome, brother. Appreciate your time more. We'll talk to you later. All right, man. We are wrapping up. An hour and 21 minutes, going hard today. Thanks for everybody who's still here and those who had to take off because probably you had other things to do with your life. Understandable. Yeah, this is what we do 5 days a week. And we are going to do it tomorrow again. So meet us back here. All right. meet us back here and let's do it. Be legendary, be great, get out of here, have a wonderful Monday, and we'll see you back here same time, same place. Peace.